What is going on, guys? And welcome back to some news. It's been a while since I've done some news. I took a break because I wanted to sort some stuff out with settings and stuff, so hopefully this is a bit better. Not quite sure how that's gonna work, but hopefully it will be better. But today's kind of a lot of sad stuff and one nice story, so yeah. News tends to be bad. That's the only way I can describe news in the world currently. Well, always. But anyways, let's get into it and let's start with the first story. And this comes from Spokesman Review. Former Spokane police officer awaiting trial for rape has been charged for rape charges, arrested again for allegedly raping another woman. Yes. Oh, this is a bad one. A five Spokane police officer awaiting trial for allegedly sexually assaulting a victim of domestic violence was arrested Wednesday. Oh, what a scummy piece of shit. On new charges after another woman reported he raped her while on duty. Oh my god, what a disgusting piece of shit. I did not read the story prior to, actually. Oh my god. Oh, Nathan Nash, 38, faces charges of second degree rape and unlawful imprisonment in the new case. Spokane County Sheriff's Office reported in a news release. He was first arrested in 2019 and was soon fired by Spokane Police Department. Both sexual assault victims told investigators that Nash responded to their calls for police assistance and later followed up with them alone. It was during these follow-ups that Nash sexually assaulted them. Victims told detectives. Julie Humphreys, a spokesperson for the Spokane Police Department, and said it's not uncommon for officers to follow up on an investigation alone, but corporals would typically be the ones to take pictures for evidence. Spokane Police Department made a brief statement Wednesday, reiterating the statement Chief Craig Middell made in 2019 when Nash was first charged. We would like to thank those who have showed great courage by coming forward and bringing these allegations to light. Oh, this is bad. Yep. I don't think I need to say anything more about this. I don't think we need to go into specific details. But yeah, former Spokane police officer, abuse of power, just horrible. Absolutely horrible. Moving on. This comes from JS Online, the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. And this is a story about two children. Two children were left unsupervised in a room with a gun. Yep. A loaded gun. Now one of them is dead and the father is being charged. The two-year-old who died in an accidental shooting Sunday was shot by his 4-year-old brother. Oh my god. After their father left them unsupervised in a bedroom where he kept the gun, according to charges filed Wednesday. Giovanni R. Smith, 26, of Milwaukee, faces a felony count of neglecting a child, resulting in death in connection with the incident. His son, Cartier J. Smith, was shot in the chest in a home along the 1300 block of South 9th Street in the Walker's Point neighborhood around 1:30 p.m. Sunday. He's at least the second child to die in the accidental shooting in Milwaukee this year, coming almost 3 months after Sierra J. Walker 3 got hold of a gun on the kitchen table that he was seated at and shot himself. Nationally in 2020, there was at least 369 accidental shootings by children. By children, causing 142 deaths and 242 injuries, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. From March to December 2020, unintended shooting deaths by kids rose more than 30% compared to the same period in 2019. This is just horrible. This is just horrible and absolutely horrible gun safety. You know, keep them in a locked cabinet, keep them away from children, keep them in a place where not easily accessible by children. You know, there's special cabinets. You might have seen them in TV shows and stuff, but they're like hunting cabinets and stuff where first of all the weapons are locked to the wall and the weapons are also locked in a cage and the cage can't be getting into. Also, the locks aren't at a child height. The locks are significantly higher. Like, you'd have to be, like, someone in the teens or adolescents to get there. And then even if that's the case, then the locks are sealed and locked properly. Yeah. That's just this horrible case. And yeah, I mean, it's neglect. What else can you say? And it's just sad that all of this happens to children, who are innocent and don't know any better, who don't know about gun safety, who don't know about the harm, who just think it's a toy, and then terrible things happen. Moving on, Disney employees nurse among 17 arrested in Central Florida for child predator sting. Yep, this comes from Polk County, Florida. 70 people, including 3 Walt Disney World employees and a registered nurse, were arrested in a 6-day undercover child predator sting by Central Florida authorities. And this comes by KIRO7.com. Live local in-depth. According to the Polk County Sheriff's Office, Operation Child Protector targeted people who use the internet around children. YTVT reported the 17 people arrested faced 49 felonies and 2 misdemeanors. The television station reported 9 people had criminal records. WFLA reported these nasty, nasty people. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd said during a news conference, "We can't even use the words that they use. We obviously can't show the pictures and video clips that they sent to what they thought were 13-year-old little girls and boys." Yeah. The Disney employees included Savannah Lawrence, 29, of Kissimmee, and Jonathan McCrew, 34, of Kissimmee, who worked as custodians at Walt Disney's Hollywood Studios. WFLA reported. Judd said the couple wanted to engage in a something with who they believe to be a 13-year-old girl, and do various kinds of acts and stuff, and play out scenarios. I won't go through the whole of this. It gets worse. It's horrible. I always leave links to the articles in the videos below, so you can read the rest of the article yourself. But it's 17 people, including some Disney employees, who basically abused their positions and had this ring going. You know, these people, this sting operation happened and caught these people who work closely together, and it's horrible. It really is. Another sad one. Moving on to the next story, which is better, but not considerably better. This is from AP News. Facebook shuts out NYU academics' research on political ads. Yes. So Facebook took a step. Facebook has shut down the personal accounts of a pair of New York University researchers and shuttered their investigations into misinformation spread through political ads on social media. Now, basically, the whole point of this research was to see how ads affect stuff and the way political ads were used on platforms and how platforms responded to the ads and kind of basically how misinformation affects politics in general, which is a really important thing, and also how social media platforms have a huge role to play in that, which is also a huge thing, is something we talk about, is politics and how they're represented and how things work. Facebook is claiming that the research violated its terms of service and were involved in unauthorized data collection from its massive network. The academics, however, said the company is attempted to exert control on research that paints them in a negative light. The NYU researchers with the Ad Observatory Project had for several years been looking into Facebook's ad library, where searches can be done on advertisements running across Facebook's products. The access was used to uncover systemic flaws in Facebook ad library, to identify misinformation and political ads, including many sowing distrust in the electoral system. You know, this goes back to the election of Trump and to the study of Facebook's apparent amplification of partisan misinformation, said Laura Edelson, the lead researcher behind NYU Cybersecurity for Democracy, in a statement. Facebook's action against the NYU project cut off other researchers as well, and journalists who use their access to Facebook data through the project, Edelson said. Researchers offered Facebook users a web browser plugin tool that helped them volunteer their data, showing how the social network targeted political ads. But Facebook said that this, was not part of their terms of service and violated blah 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 blah. Facebook says it takes it seriously. They sell out data, so they clearly don't take it that seriously. Facebook sent a cease and desist. However, Edelson informed them, sent a cease and desist letter in October, but, the researchers didn't shut down their accounts until Tuesday. Hours after Edelson informed the platform that she and McCoy were studying the spread of disinformation on the platform, specifically about the June 6th attack on the US Capitol, the research said, which is a big thing. How did Facebook tie into that? How did the misinformation spread there tie into the riots? How did it tie into what happened across the nation? How did it tie into everything that's happened afterwards? Was this in any way a contributory factor towards the rise in violence in America? And there has been a rise in violence. Considering where we are with COVID and everything and the restrictions, there has been a significant rise in violence compared to what you'd have expected in normal times. So it is a good argument to have. And also looking at how on that day things were affected stuff is a good argument to have. And it's important to look at these issues so we can better tackle them and deal with them and, actually formulate something that improves society as a whole. Now, at least 2 Democratic senators expressed concerns about Facebook's move. Mark Warner of Virginia said tech platforms should work with and better empower independent researchers, but instead the company has seemingly done the opposite. Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota said she was trolled by Facebook cutting off researchers' access to political advertising data, which is showing that the company continues to sell millions of dollars worth of products without proper disclosures. It's, yeah, I mean, when's Facebook cared about your user data, really? When? When have they cared about your user data? Precisely the reason I don't use Facebook is because they don't care about my user data. I stopped that years ago. I stopped using Facebook in 2014. So it's been a good while now that I stopped using Facebook. 2014, begin 2015, that'll be when I finished. And just went, no. But yeah, it's another story about Facebook, and not a particularly good one. So moving on. Rihanna. Rihanna is a billionaire. Forbes names her the richest female musician. Rihanna shines bright in like a diamond on several diamonds. The hyphenate star is now a billionaire. Forbes announced Wednesday that Rihanna joins the ranks of Oprah Winfrey as one of the richest entertainers in the world. The publication estimates her net worth at $1.7 billion, with most of it coming from her cosmetic brand, Fenty Beauty. In lieu of another album, which fans are still waiting for, the singer turned entrepreneur born Robin Fenty launched Fenty Beauty in 2017 in partnership with luxury goods conglomerate LVMH. The brand's launch focused on inclusivity, with a then unprecedented 40 shades of foundation. When prompted the Fenty effort, in which other brands expanded their shade ranges for complexion products. So, yeah, great for Rihanna. She is a billionaire now. Congratulations to her. The example, you work hard, you have the right ideas, you gain the right influence, and you can do great things. And she's a billionaire now, and that's an achievement that she should be proud of. And congratulations to her. And she's an example to other people who, might not think that they can do stuff with their lives. Who, you know, given the opportunities, they can. You can make anything of yourself if you try hard enough. And the final one. Why whales in Alaska have been so happy? Whales in Alaska are happy. So the COVID pandemic has brought a lot of sadness around the world. And it's ruined tourism around Alaska. Obviously, it's also ruined fishing as well. But this has been a good thing for at least the whales. Sounds of gurgling, bubbling water enveloped the room. The lull was occasionally punctuated by the hollow roar of a male harbour seal seeking to impress potential mates. He's at the end of a 5-mile underwater cable that stretches into the frigid waters of the bay. What has been notable for the past 18 months was what she hadn't heard nearly as much of ships. Basically, whales are more happy. That's the basic story of this. Because there's less fishing going on, there's less disturbance, there's less people. Whales are just generally happier. And, yeah. I mean, it's a shame it can't stay like this. I mean, that's a beautiful picture. This is a picture of the whales when they stay close together. And this is a picture of the whales, recently. But yeah, anyways, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, hit that like button, comment down below. As always, subscribe if you can subscribe on the platform you are watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching the video. I'm sorry that it hasn't been serious. Hopefully next time it will be. And I hope the audio quality is a lot better as well. Anyway, guys, see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Take care.